Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Works You, or I, collect compulsively. I can't stop myself. I have to hear every new version that comes out. And unfortunately, it's a work which mostly comes out in sucky performances. So I've heard lots of bad ones. It's Prokofiev's Symphony No. 5. His most popular, well, it's the classical symphonies his most popular, but after that, for his big normal symphonies, it's his most popular one. And, it's a great work. It's a wartime piece. It's full of Sturm und Drang and big, huge climaxes with splashy strokes on the tam-tam, assuming you can hear it, because one of the criteria I have for a decent performance is that you actually hear fortissimo tam-tam strokes. You'd think that wouldn't be asking for much, would you? But it seems to be a problem. Then there are many other things. I want to hear the harp parts in the slow movement when the downward scale after the big climax. The harp goes, oh, I want to hear that. I really, really do. I want to have a wonderful clarinet singing out the main theme of the finale. Oh, it's wonderful music. Absolutely wonderful. The horns have to go boom, 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 boom. There are so many wonderful, captivating details in the first movement. What Lauren Mazel doesn't do, the cadence theme, after the beautiful second subject, da 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 da. There's a big climax, and then it speeds up, and the music starts to do its little ducky honky Prokofiev thing. Da 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 da. With the chattering violins, it's got to speed up a little bit instead of people going da 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 da. That's Lauren Mazel. I don't get it. It's a symphony full of opportunities, which allow the interpreter to do just fabulous things, but so few of them seem to seize those opportunities. And, of course, the big climax at the end of the first movement, and the wonderful quacky brass and the scherzo, and they're like, and that scherzo is wonderful. So many beautiful tunes. Ya da 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 ya da da ya da da da. You could sing the whole symphony. I wouldn't do that to you. Anyway, it's a wonderful work. And here are the 5 recordings that I think basically give you the whole package, or just about the whole package. And when I want to listen to it, these are the ones I turn to. This is not a best list, although, of course, I think that my 5 are among the best. Why would they not be? But I really enjoy these performances for my own personal benefit and listening pleasure. And so here they are. First, the London Symphony Orchestra with André Previn on Warner. Oh, it's a beautiful performance with big splashy climaxes. Very, very well played. Sensibly paced. It doesn't have quite the level of detail that I like. I don't hear the harp, in the slow movement doing that little thingy as much as I'd like to, and soft suspended cymbals never come out in London Symphony Orchestra recordings most of the time. I don't know why, but they just don't have the little soft cymbal thing. I remember the story that when George Sell recorded Des Knaben Wunderhorn with the London Symphony, he spent like a whole rehearsal having the percussionist pick the right suspended cymbal for the end of Das irdische Leben, because it ends with a solo soft suspended cymbal stroke, and he couldn't get what he liked. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. They're little tiny details, but on the whole, it's a very powerful and impressive performance. Also, the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra with Leonard Slatkin on RCA. This performance doesn't put a foot wrong anywhere. It's absolutely splendid. The only issue I have with it is the low-level recording. You've really got to crank it up. When you do, it sounds marvelous, but until you get to that point, it doesn't sound as impactful as it really is, and as I know it to be. But you've got to have a system that can really drive the thing so that you get the full effect. Then there's Theodore Kuchar with the National Symphony Orchestra of Ukraine on Naxos. Well, it's sort of the hometown team, right? Prokofiev was actually Ukrainian, and it's a wonderful performance. They just let it rip. It's not the most sophisticated orchestra in the world in terms of timbral subtlety and whatnot, and Kuchar knows it, and he's an exciting conductor and a smart conductor, and he conducts an interpretation that plays to the orchestra's strengths, and it's thrilling. It's really, really exciting, and people tend to ignore it, because it was Naxos and it was budget and all that stuff. Now Naxos is not so budget, but what a wonderful performance. And then, the classic Berlin Philharmonic with Herbert von Karajan. I hesitated to buy this recording for many, many years because all of my other recordings with Berlin Phil suffered from a serious lack of percussion. And I wasn't going to hear a Prokofiev fifth with no percussion. I just couldn't take it. And finally, this is when I was in high school, and I used to shop at Cutler's in downtown New Haven, which was next to the Yale Co-op. And the guy around the classical section was this man named Sam, who used to smoke unfiltered cigarettes, and his hands were tobacco stained, and he had this strange English accent, and was the nicest guy in the world, and very, very helpful and fun to talk to. And I finally said to Sam, well, should I get it? How does the percussion sound on it? He says, it's all right. You'll be fine. Trust me. So I said, okay. So I took it home and I cranked it up. And as usual with Karajan, the string playing is a wall coming at you. It's so tactile. It's amazing. Glorious, glorious string playing. But the recording has no bass. Prokofiev is a bass drum guy all over the place. And, it's very weak bass. And I said, oh, no, here we go again. And I get to the climax of the first movement, and I turn it up even louder, and it's going da, 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 psh. The strings are wonderful. There's still no bass. Then the tam-tam's supposed to come in, da, 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 and all of a sudden it went pow! It was like, blew me backwards. It's not just, the usual German-style, dark, dull, inaudible tam-tam. No! For this particular piece, Karajan got the loudest, splashiest, noisiest, crashiest tam-tam he could get his hands on. It's unbelievable. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. It's amazing because he never used that particular instrument again. I can't think of another Karajan recording that has anything like this sonority. But boy, does he let it rip. He just goes crazy. If this recording had bass, and a real bass drum, it would be something. It really would be something. But, Karajan, I think, didn't want anything to detract from that string sound, that amazing string sound. It's a fabulous performance in the Karajan style, but it does the work justice. It really does. He's got them playing like demons. And last but not least, the Royal Scottish National Orchestra with Neeme Jarvi, whose Prokofiev Symphony Cycle is the reference cycle, who started his cycle with a performance of the Sixth Symphony that put it on the map for most record collectors. It was astonishing. And the fifth is no less thrilling. It's amazingly exciting. It's not the neatest. Jarvi was not, one for military precision when things were getting exciting. And that was one of the great things about him. He would let the orchestra really, really play. And my gosh, they do. And the sonics are terrific, and it's quick and febrile. Is that the word? I don't know. Exciting and full of tension and nervous tension. Yeah, that's febrile. And wow, it's a thriller, and it's probably the one I listen to most frequently. All things considered, all the others for certain things, but in terms of sonic impact, interpretation, absolutely insane climaxes, playing overall, It's marvelous. It really is. So there you have it. I know a lot of you collect Prokofiev's Fifth too. You can give me a list of your top five. No more than five. Just your top five. It can be less, and we'll see what we come up with. Because for some reason, like I said, it's a symphony that often misfires. It's so few really fine recordings compared to how many there are out there. It's kind of astonishing. And very few from Russia, by the way. They just never seem to get it. So there you go. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.